Ngā mihi mahana kia koutou. I just want to acknowledge our tangata whenua and mana whenua, Ngāi Tuahuriri, as the custodians, kaitiaki of this land that we are blessed to call home. I acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded and stand as tangata tiriti in the pursuit of rangatiratanga. Ko Ngāti Hamo te iwi, ko i New Zealand te waka, ko Daisy toku ingoa. And I was born in the beautiful island of Mangere, South Auckland, and I whakapapa Samoan, so I just wonder if it's okay just before I jump into a poem. I have my beautiful daughter Maikale, who's going to share, just as a young person's perspective, a short poem as well, and that'll be our set for today. And these words in our native tongue, before we speak, we always acknowledge you, your ancestors, that we never come into the room alone. We acknowledge the Creator, of whom we are a believer in, and greet you in this the vaha space. I le awa mani ngā o te tauwai o te whatulo watu tulaulok tautala, o tō sāma whai ngā o le o yeisi leo, a wao pa ia mai le vavau e o lava whaavau mai o le ia e vivia le mawhaiona ngā whatauli mai nei sa o whaamatalanga. O le vi inga mal whaane tanga le tatou tapa au I langi le tau whaititia, whaftai o tatou whelua I luma o nuu, ai leo tua o nuu. A vei ala o leo, e whai masoi o mai kalei ma te whatalo whatu le pa ia malmamalu au fia. Warm Pacific greetings, assalamu alaikum, ni hao ma, o hayo gozaimasu, talofa lava. Thank you so much, Cha, and to everyone today for this opportunity to share a few words. I'm going to share a couple of pieces and then Maikale will close. And I thought, because it was fitting, as an engagement practitioner, I've just come off some engagement with the Greater Christchurch 2050 Councils of Waimakariri, Selwyn and Christchurch, where we were charged with the privilege and responsibility of talking to rangatahi across the city to kind of hear their voices on the spatial plan. And two of the hot topics that we had to engage on was the proposed mass rapid transit trail and also housing. And for the youth summit that we had representatives from the different councils, the youth councils, but also rangatahi from all over Christchurch. And I thought it'd be fitting to bring their voices. We had Dietrich Sokai, one of the founding members of the South Auckland Poets Collective, come and be like an active listener. He picked out words that each of the rangatahi was saying, and at the end of the youth summit, he spoke it back to them. And to give you a bit of context, the things that came up from rangatahi was safety, bicultural and multicultural communities, clean, green, sustainable environment, climate change, education, and housing was the big one. And so this is that poem, and I thought that because it was spoken word, it'd be fitting to open with this piece. How does a city grow? Making way, allowing for waterways and more space for everyone. These railways and tar and gravel veins connecting a city, making us and a space for a new us. But where's the voice of our rangatahi? They are our future now. So what does our future have to say now? We need to feel safe, especially on the bus and at the bus exchange, where the security guards actually stick around till the buses stop, where they look out for us instead of looking at us. Our city's veins need to grow so it has more space for everyone, and the new ones, doubling the population. Our spaces can't be one size fits all. Can't always be faster and expanding out more. Small houses, tiny houses work for some of us looking for a new step, looking for new small beginnings, but for bigger whānau, high density housing isn't welcoming, isn't encompassing all of our village. How are you going to fit a village into 2 bedrooms? High density fractures communities. Villages need backyard spaciousness to connect and express, because an expression of us is intergenerational living and breathing. Financial pressures weigh heavily, suffocate, limit and constrict. We know the climate is changing, but do you? Green spaces are an absolute must. Awesome, you've asked our opinion one time, but keep talking to us all the way through. Lean in and hear us, our voices eclectic, energetic and different. We're a bridge, a portal into the unknown. Our first step is risk, but we want to feel safe as we step into green opportunities that can sustain us. You can't read, change, see something happen. Protection of the planet is in everyone's hands. Incorporate more culture into our city's image. We want to be seen in the city's whānau photo. The cost of living we ain't feeling. We are the leaders of tomorrow and the leaders of today. So lean in and listen to us. Awesome. Check. Awesome. I wonder if you can, just coming in and being able to see yourself reflected on both walls is really awesome. So because I can see Pasifika values and Pasifika solutions, if we can pop our hands together like so and rub them together, mili mili, and then I'll say patia, which is one clap, patia, patia. Then I'll say lua pati, which is two claps, lua pati, lua pati. Then totol fa, which is, let's try that, totol fa. Awesome. I'm just warming up the stage for whoever's next, because I'm going to ask you to kind of bring your drama, voices, body language, everything into the space. I'm going to say, Tangi mele taika, and you're going to do your best taika action and taika vocals. Let's try that. Tangi mele taika. Let's try that again. I said taika, not pussycats. Okay, let's try that. Tangi mele taika. Nice. I don't know why Samoans do this. We don't have any in Samoa, but I'll say tangi me buffalo, which is ooh. Let's try that. Tangi me buffalo. And the last one for all you cool cats out there, tangi mele snake, and you're going to go tangi mele snake. Let's take that from the top. Mili, 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 mili. Patia. Patia. Lua pati. Lua pati. Sosolfa. Tangi mele taika. Tangi mele buffalo? Tangi mele snake? I'm afraid of a lot of things. Like when you meet people, to kiss or not to kiss, that is the question. I mean, I go to fist pump, then I go to shake, and I'm like, not too soft. I got to shake strong, but not too strong because I'm a lady. I'm afraid of looking dumb. There's so much to overcome. I'm really afraid of small talk. I'm too busy calculating how much precious energy is wasted talking about the weather, and wonders whether those words could change into the change that you want to see in the world. Awkward if I've only just met you, right? And when they ask, how do you know the host? I get distracted, thinking about the keys we hold in our hands and all the locked doors they could open. Thinking about hine ahone formed from clay, the brushes of foreheads and noses, the hongi. From the last 2,000 years that has brought me here to this very moment. The tape rocks, popping the soundtrack of my life, the Levites and gospel cousins who could sing. E matautia o ele atua, ile mene. E matautia o ele atua, avaleta mai. E te tauia te o ele viinga. O matowola watu inatu e matautia o ele atua ile meane. Making me feel both the goosebumps on my arms and my sinful soul on my shoulders. And how could I forget past a small sermon on repeat? We used to fuss when the landlords dissed us. No heat, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sipping champagne when we thirsty. This pollinization of hip hop spoke life to us poly-misfits from the hood. I'm afraid of seeming disrespectful. See, my eyes, blue, black, bottomless, and opaque, are the keyholes you may pour in. You speak, and our eyes, they dance with this ambiguous intensity, but my fa'alualu, my respect, has me looking downwards or sideways. But just know that I'm filling vaults with your words. My greatest fear is that someone's going to find out that even with 4 university degrees, someone's going to find out I somehow snuck up on stage and ended up here. And painful perfectionism is this crappy best friend in my head that tells me I do not deserve to be here. And so when they ask, what do you do for a living? I tell them, I board my boat and cross over to the other side of fear, preaching a gospel of purpose that we are more than what sits on the surface. I'm on Team Lit, rocking suits, carving my initials into the papyrus of your brain and scattering fragments of my body in every part of the world. What do I do for a living? I awaken sleeping giants and I run with them. Giants whose tipuna pulled back arrows on Hawaii and shot them across the Moana to set the world on fire, to set the world on fire, to set the world on fire. May the giants in us let the world know that we lived and we loved. May the giants in us let the world know that we came, we saw, and we conquered. And may the giants in us let the world know that we were here, that we are unafraid. Kia ora. So I'm going to hand it over to Maikale, who's going to share a piece that she wrote called The Aotearoa I Want to See.
The Aotearoa I want to see. The Aotearoa I want to see looks like young people who are happy and have a positive outlook on life no matter what challenges they face. It looks like young people standing upright but relaxed at the same time. Shoulders back, head held high, and voices speaking strong. It looks like a whole village knocking down walls with lightning in their fists. So there are no barriers to learning, and our ancestors are welcome to walk with us into every classroom. The Aotearoa I want to see smells like the freshly cut grass of an aspiring athlete and burnt wood of a laser cutter, imprinting traditional tatau on modern surfaces. It's that place between. We really do walk backwards in the future, don't we? The Aotearoa I want to see tastes like the metallic salty spit in my mouthguard after tackling someone hard and defending our line to win the game. It's the closest thing I can think of to war, of battles lost and won and the real history of Aotearoa. #parihaka, #dawn raids. It tastes like butter, sugar, vanilla jam, and cream of Nana's scones, and Papa's famous sapasoi and galo, swimming in an ocean of coconut cream. Because food, my friends, really is a love language. And imagine if every young person could experience love at school. The Aotearoa I want to see sounds like an opinion that is charismatic, clear, confident, and unapologetically loud and safe enough to come out and shine. It sounds like te reo Māori everywhere. E hoa, haere mai, kia kaha. And Pacific languages everywhere. Susu mai, malio mai, kamna Māori, me taki maata. And it sounds like every language mixing together like a Motown Hitsville hub. The Aotearoa I want to see feels like my BFF ELL, aka best friend for everlasting life, Mikelene. We stand up for each other, match each other's vibes, and embrace our weird. It feels like a Dora the Explorer backpack that lets us whip out our magic tools to help us to keep on keeping on. It feels like not knowing where we come from and having the whanua and the village wrap you up in their arms and show you home. This Aotearoa tells me I am safe, I am loved, and I belong. I can speak like a chief. I am my village, and my village is me. Suifua mai manuia.
Whakatei lava again, everyone, for the opportunity and for your generosity and your attention. Lavea-Timo just turned 13 from Christchurch Girls High School. Let's just do that mili mili one more time and just acknowledge you and all this epic talanoa, transformational change and unlocking local and having our voices represented at the table. Mili 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 mili. Patia, patia, no pati, totolfa. I'll say hey hey and you reply ho. Hey hey, ho. Hey hey, ho. Hey hey, ho. Ngā mihi mahana. Thank you.